Welcome to Live from the Meadowlands. I'm your host, Kate Glennon. We're on day 2 of the games, and honestly, day 1 was jammin'. We started the day with a pretty serious Zumba class. Then we spoke with Joe Roth from the NJ Sharing Network and Paul Germazian from American Dream. I heard there was a pretty great mascot run over at American Dream yesterday afternoon too. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from yesterday. Looks like a great time. Today, we're celebrating Living Donor Day. Much of today's programming is focused on living donation. Later, you'll hear from RWJ Barnabas Health transplant surgeon, Dr. Stuart Geffner, where we feature him doing a live living kidney donation surgery, followed by a Q&A. Last night, we aired the opening ceremony that featured a rather large living donation kidney chain. That chain started with an altruistic donor, and he joins us now. Please welcome Brian Glennon. Hi, Dad.
Hi, Kate. Thank you so much for chatting with me.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
Sure.
Dad, you gave a kidney to a stranger. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that was quite a special time in my life. I donated in 2017. There was a point in my life where I realized how grateful I was for the life that I was living, and I wanted to start giving back a little bit more. And I went to a symposium on living donation at the New Jersey Sharing Network and learned all about it. Figured this was something I could do, and I think I might want to do it. I did a little more research and studying myself, and then in the spring of 2017, we met with the head of transplant at St. Barnabas Medical Center, told us a little bit more about the process, and then I was hooked. We were also told that we might be able to start a kidney chain since I didn't have a direct recipient, and I was O positive blood type. So instead of saving one life, we might have been able to save several, and I was all in. I thought it sounded great.
Nice. Well, that is awesome. I was just wondering how long you knew before you decided to tell me and my siblings?
I went through all my testing and evaluations probably 6 months or so, and it really wasn't until a couple weeks before that I mentioned it to you guys. And I didn't want anybody to worry, and I didn't want, in case I wasn't able to donate, I didn't feel the need for you guys to know all the testing I was going through and stuff. So It was a couple weeks before.
Right. Were you afraid to tell us?
No, not afraid. I just didn't see the need to worry you about anything until I knew I was ready to go.
I know we all kind of responded in different ways. Were you surprised by any of our reactions?
No, you and Brian, my two older children, were very supportive, and I appreciate that. And you guys were very into it. And Emily and Molly, the two younger ones, didn't quite understand, and I think they were just worried about who was going to make them lunch. Because I wouldn't have been home for a few days after the surgery, but everybody responded in a great way.
Yeah. So, well, how did that work out? When you were not able to make lunch for them for that short period of time after?
It was fine. It worked out fine. We had some pre-made meals, I think, that we did,
Good.
And I was home in 2 days. It wasn't that long. My recovery went fairly smooth, and I was able to cater to everybody's needs very soon after.
Well, I know that you did have a little bit of recovery. How long did it take for you to get back onto your bike? Because I know that's something you love to do.
Oh, that's pretty important to me.
Yeah.
Yes. I was walking the day after surgery, and then started going on hikes for the next couple of weeks. But I was back on my mountain bike in 4 weeks.
Nice.
Yeah. Not as fast as I normally ride, but I was back on my bike, and after 6 weeks, I was back to my normal self. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about your recipient.
Sure. My recipient, Haley Tsai, was on dialysis. She had lupus. She was in stage 4 renal failure. So, not knowing who my kidney was going to, when I was able to meet her and see how healthy she looked and hear about things that she is able to do since receiving her transplant, it was just an incredible feeling.
Yeah, I'm sure. Can you tell us a little bit about the moment that you met her?
Sure. I was asked by the hospital if I wouldn't mind meeting my recipient on live TV. And I said, sure, I've never been on TV. I would love to do that. I would love to meet my recipient and see how they're doing. And so on June 8th of 2018, we met live on the Today Show. And the moment she came out from behind the stage, I just was, my heart was full. I gave her a big hug. I said, it's so good to see you. And it's just quite an incredible feeling that I will never forget.
Right, and not many people get to do that, especially not on live TV.
True.
And definitely being in the audience was an experience unlike anything else. Seeing you up there, being able to watch you meet her, that was awesome, and I wouldn't change that experience for the world.
Oh, I'm so glad you were there.
Yeah, I mean, I was the only one that was able to go.
Yeah.
Which was very nice. But thank you so much.
Yeah, well, thank you for being here and talking to us and helping spread the word of the importance of organ donation. And, I'm so glad that we were able to chat.
Yeah, me too. My dad donating his kidney altruistically was a pretty cool experience. I've learned so much about living donation through him and my mom both. We have a ton of programming on the Hub for you today. Coming up this afternoon will be the Lyrics for Life entrance with a special performance from Dan Palmer. That will be followed by a live kidney transplant. Yes, a live transplant performed by Dr. Stuart Geffner. This is a living donation surgery edited down to an hour that is not only performed by Dr. Geffner, but also moderated by him. After that surgery, we'll hear a Q&A between Dr. Geffner and Alejandro Melendez from the Liberty Science Center. You guys are in store for not just an educational time, but also entertaining. Then later tonight, we'll see the second episode of the Parade of Athletes, followed by the Living Donor Celebration. featuring our hospital partners, Hackensack University Medical Center, Hackensack Meridian Health, and RWJ Barnabas Health. We'll hear about their programs and feature patient stories from each. For those of us in the transplant community, we have a special passion for the mission, the recipients, the donor families, and living donors. We know that there is so much work yet to do, and it takes passionate people to do it. One of those very special people joins me now. Please welcome Maria Lopes. Hi, Maria.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, it's a pleasure. I've been waiting for this for, I think now, it's been like over 2 years?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure you have. Well, you've been involved in this community for many years, like you just said. How did you get started?
I started to work professionally in transplant about 10 years ago, but it wasn't until I attended the 2014 Transplant Games in Houston that's when it really was clear to me about needing to join many others on this mission and helping to end the wait and getting as many people transplanted as possible.
Right, so you've been with us for many years now. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what makes you so passionate about this mission?
Have you met a transplant recipient or a donor family? I mean, it's impossible. I mean, your dad's a donor himself, right? And he saved so many lives. And when you see the magic of transplantation, what it does for society, because you're able to go back, give people a chance to go back and live a life that they once probably wouldn't have been able to live, but also the healing that it gives to donor families, and often in tragedy can heal through knowing that through donation their loved ones can continue to live on. And let's not even go or forget about the live donors like your father, which are just, I don't know, exceptional human beings. So all of that mixed together, I just can't see myself doing anything else.
Mm-hmm. For sure. That's amazing. Yeah, I completely agree with all of that. So how do you think we spread the word and encourage more people to sign the registry, consider organ donation or living donation?
You know, there's many ways. You talk to your friends, your family, your coworkers. There's campaigns you can run, get involved in your community, your OPOs, and I think a lot of people don't know what OPOs are, like the New Jersey Sharing Network that does so much great work within the community. I find that it's oftentimes you just meet someone that has been touched by transplantation, you end up yourself feeling connected to that person, and then you become an advocate. But the more we talk about it and the more we raise awareness, I think that's going to help tremendously.
Yeah, I completely agree. Definitely getting the word out is super important, especially for those who wouldn't have been able to learn about it any other way.
Yeah.
So, Maria, last night at the opening ceremony, you were awarded the TJ Masiak Award. You looked pretty surprised. Tell us about that moment.
Oh, I was. I think it was clear from the video that I was definitely surprised. You know, I know the story of TJ and what he has done for the games. I've never personally had a chance to meet him. I hope I do one day. It was just such an honor I frankly don't feel like I deserve, given the others that I get to interact, the physicians and nurses that really are the ones that perform the miracle of transplantation. So I felt a little silly kind of getting it, but when I got home, I laughed. The first thing I did, I put the award right in the center of my dining room because I wanted to walk by it and see it every day. I'm just so honored to have received it, and I'm grateful.
Yeah, well, congratulations. You definitely did deserve that award. So you live here in New Jersey, born and raised here?
I was not born and raised. I was not born here. I was raised here. I was born in Portugal, but I was raised in New Jersey. Yes.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. The games are in your backyard this year, so that's pretty great. How great is that?
I mean, it's for me, I was really excited because I get to have my family and friends involved that have been hearing me talk about transplantation at any given moment. They all accuse me of wanting to take their organs. But for them, it was an opportunity to see and meet recipients and donor families so they understand why I'm so passionate, and then how I want them to be passionate as well. Like I said before, talking about it and telling people and educating people is the most powerful thing that we can do. But even more than that, the East Coast is a very highly populated area.
Oh, yeah.
And diverse, and with that comes with complications in terms of illness, and needing organs is one of them. And so there's a huge need to drive awareness across the coast, but especially New York, New Jersey. So this is a great opportunity to do that, and hopefully save as many lives as possible.
Yeah. It really is, and I'm very happy that your family is able to be involved with you this year. So how many games have you attended?
So this will be my 4th games.
Wow,
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And what's your favorite thing about the games?
Talking to recipients, donors, and donor families, hearing their stories. Every single one is unique, and every single one stays with me. And in fact, I try to take a picture, and I write myself a note for each picture, because you can't remember everything, and especially as I get older, I'm not remembering everything. But I write notes to myself to remember what that story was. So I take it back, and then I can reflect upon it when the games are not taking place, as we're preparing for it 2 years, in 2 years, so that it continues to inspire me and remind me what my purpose is and why I wake up every morning.
Right, that's so cool. I might steal that idea from you. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, Maria, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. And thank you so much for tuning in today. We'll see you tomorrow for Donor Remembrance Day.